Is this breaking out or it is dropping down? We have seen that yesterday, last day of trading week, or the first day of trading week. The first day of trading week. Today is Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday, 30th of January. And there is quite a few high impact news coming later in my zone in night time. So we could see that, because past month was January, and 2 weeks we have seen massive holiday season. The market now started to pick up. As with that pickup, we will be looking for the best entry possible, though there is always the most important part here is to do the risk management so that you are not risking, and when it is going in your favor you can get that back. So if we look at our gold chart, I will be starting with gold, and then once the gold is done, then we will be looking at Gbpusd. Now today I see that Gbpusd might have even better opportunity, so also I will be looking at Gbpusd. So let's begin with Gbpusd, because what I think that GJ might be breaking out of that support level. So there is a potential for Gbpusd to drop to this daily support level. High probability that we have seen a significant movement on GJ in this level. Now probably you have seen our NY session live where I have discussed about how Gbpusd might be dropping down from here. So we'll be waiting for GJ to drop down to create a new lower low. So the way the price has consolidated here, probably guys, if you that's why I always tell to keep a connection with the older live session with the new live session so that you can connect the dots. So if you remember, we discussed about that on GJ. The price has opened with a gap and we could see the market is coming down, and it did that. It is currently dropping down to this monthly and daily support level. So what I think that GJ might be coming down to this level. Okay, so we can expect downside on Gbpusd. I hope that everyone present for this live session, can you guys say something on the live chat so that I know everyone is here, so that I can start the full analysis, and also give a big thumbs up. Dan, hi coach, thanks for streaming, thank you very much. Job, good morning, thank you for joining. So can you give a thumbs up, and also let me know if you are here by saying yes, because I need to see that everyone is present before I talk about the potential trading opportunity in this session. As the market is picking up, we can expect good move in the market. So let me know guys and girls that you are here by giving a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel. So it's going up now. I see that like is going up, so let it make it to the upside. And thank you for joining the live session. So make sure you stick till the end of this live to see everything, to understand how we are trading. If you are passionate about trading, this is where you'll find all the education, trading and everything. So use always wisely the information so that you can use it for your maximum benefit. So looking at here on Gbpusd, what I see that after quite a few days of consolidation on GJ here, you can see there is a daily doji, quite a few daily dojis here. So basically the way the market has formed this structure, which is a potential for reversal. Now looking at the monthly chart, now when you look at the monthly, you see a completely different picture. Why? Because the monthly is a very strongly bull market. So what you could see that GJ, before the monthly close, which is basically from if you consider today this is a 31 day month, so there will be one more day for the monthly close. And what I think that GJ is dropping down, and then before the monthly close we might see again picking up. So there is a short-term drop possible on GJ in my opinion. Now if you look at the weekly chart, where we can see that from the weekly, this is the weekly impulse here, a big impulse on the weekly, and previous week a very narrow doji. This week there was a gap opening and we see the market slowly coming down, and I think that this is the, you see this is the previous resistance which is turning support here from the weekly. As the market is coming down to break the previous weekly low, which already the price has penetrated that support, chances for this is an imbalance in the market. Okay, so if you look at here, this is an imbalance from this doji, from this high to this low, there is a gap here. And what I think that GJ might be coming down to fill that gap, and then from here we can expect for the price to bounce to the upside in that direction. So if you look at the daily chart pardon me, if we look at the daily chart on Gbpusd, we can see that from the daily perspective, this daily green candle was attempt from the buyers that couldn't do that. So we could see that GJ is dropping down to break the low, and then we could see the market is heading to the upside. So this is what I think that Gbpusd is likely to do. Now from the, this is where a bit more lower time picture that we see. This is the big impulse here, and the market has come down to this support level. So with that support level, price has dropped, has broken that low, and with that break of that low, what we see currently, it is trying to create series of lower high here. So the way the market has dropped here on Gbpusd, you can see that every time there is a strong rejection. Whenever we see that red candle, there is a big drop. When we see a green candle, which is basically a weaker response from the buyers, and again this current candle, we see that the market is forming series of lower high, which is a very important point to look at. When you see the market forming series of lower high, is where the market is preparing for further drop. So why series of lower high is so important? Okay, so if I ask this question, why series of lower high is so important? Because when you see series of lower high on a level of support, which is a pressure on the support. Okay, so let me explain what it is. If we, so because these are the points that a trader look at to see potential movement in the market. So what does that mean? Let's say, let me give you potential for breakout, guys. So how do you know that a market might be breaking out? So there is always a clue, right? There is always a clue. If you look at the success, they say the success leaves a clue. So there is always a clue in everything. So if you look at that breakdown or breakout symptom in the market, you will find that clue. So what is that? So this is the clue for a break of support. Now, how do you identify that clue? Why this happened? So as a retail trader, most of the time in the beginning, in my beginning also, in my trading, I also thought that, okay, I want to see a hanging man or a pin bar or any kind of, candle to go long or short. But here you need to consider the overall structure. A pin bar or a hanging man or a shooting star or a middleman is just a price action confirmation for an entry. But for the directional bias, you need to understand how the price is reacting to that support or resistance. So for the directional bias, this is a very important point to look at. Why? Let's look at that point. So what does that mean here? This is a very important demand area, right? Because the price has made a move from here. So what is the psychology behind this structure and the breakdown? The psychology behind is that, imagine that to push the price, so imagination is always key. I talk about the imagination because these things you'll only understand from imagination, right? So imagination, there is a saying that who you imagine imagines you, right? So imagination is the key. When you have a very clear imagination, you can imagine very clearly, you can create anything. Okay, so it's the power that given to the human, because it's all about that, isn't it? Imagination is the power that change everything. So the only difference between two humans is the power of imagination. So you might say, okay, then why some people stuck in some place can't get rid of it? Is because they also imagine, right? So whatever happening in us is based on imagination, either consciously or unconsciously. Okay, so that's what happened. Let's say when you see that, how does this happen? Imagine that a very small child, okay, young child at the age of 6, there is a big trauma with that child, which happens sometime, you'll see. Now what happened is that because it's a very little child, doesn't have any choice in it, so the child had a huge emotional concentration of that event. So when this event happened, the child had a huge concentration on that, focus on that event, and that goes to in his imagination. And then when the child grows up, it's unconsciously he imagined that event over and over again, and that repeatedly come in his life in a different form. That's how the imagination works. So we can use that to other way. So as an adult, we can develop that imagination. The power of imagination, the mostly works imagination when you do it when you are relaxed. Okay, so the best way, there is a reason behind it. Let's say if you are going to the bed and then imagine whatever you will imagine, it's 90% likely to happen than when you are awake. Is because when we are awake, our brain operates in a brainwave called beta. So the beta is the thinking or analytical mind that rejects anything contradicts our worldview. For example, if I tell you that you will make $10 million or $1 million or $100,000 in a year, so if you say to yourself that things, immediately unconsciously your reticular activating system, which is in the back, let's say this is the front of the brain, there's two reticular activating system that already had a conviction that it's not possible. It will reject that information when you are operating on the beta, because it's logical mind. But when you are going to sleep, that mind goes shut down. Okay, so that beta slowly turn to different brain wave. Whatever you will imagine, it will accept it. So once it goes to your acceptance that it's possible, when you wake up, you started to see yourself as a different person. So it's not a one-day job, but you need to keep doing it. That's how the power of imagination. So if you imagine here on this level, this is a support level. So imagine that 8 people needed to push that price here. Okay, now to drop that price to the same level, 8 traders needed, right? Now in the next move, because it's the lower than the previous level, it only took 7 traders to push that price a bit below that level, and to drop that to that, there has been another 7 trader. Now in the next move, it took only 6 trader to take to that level. This is how the imagination works. So now what does that mean? That every time the price touching this level, there is a one bull is getting out of the game, right? One bull is getting out of the game. So that means that, what does that mean is bulls are getting weaker and weaker. So that's the concept behind series of lower high on a support, and that's the sign that the bulls are getting weaker and weaker. This support is about to break, right? So smash the like button now. If we look at the GJ, you can see it's getting around this support and getting weaker and weaker. So if we look at the daily, where the daily 20 EMA is here, chances high that GJ will break this support, and we see that the market in fact in the locally in a downtrend. So for me to enter a trade, what we need, a liquidity grab. Now here is the price action confirmation. We have found the directional bias in the market, so we could see that the market is breaking down in the direction to create a new lower low. So let's see how it does, and we'll be looking for entry opportunity as soon as we will find them. Thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning. Stream. Thank you very much. Andy, yes, everything cool. Thank you. Thanks for your education. You are welcome. Danes, thank you very much. Danes, good morning, Coach. Danes, you are welcome. Coach, thank you for all you are doing, and thank you for the trade. Last week I made a good profit. Flying TF strategy, can I use? Very good, thank you. Yes, so you are learning. That's very important that you give a lot of time in learning, which is very important. So to can I use any time frame? You can use in any time frame. Okay, you can use it any time frame, but make sure that you are using on a fully trending market, which is absolutely important, because when you are using, you need to use in a trending market. For example, this is a downtrending market. So how do you confirm the trend? When you see the market is creating series of lower high and lower low, then you can consider it as a downtrending market structure. Okay, so if we turn on our TFs, you see that when you are using on a trending market, you see that all those alert even on the lower time frame. If I look at the 15 minutes, where if you did this one worked out, this one worked out, this one worked out, this one worked out, this one may worked out, may not worked out, based on when you are looking at. This one worked out, this one also might be working out, so this one didn't work out. So based on the what time frame you are looking at will depend on, and also you must need to use it in a trending market. Okay, so hope that you got that point. Thank you for that question. Yeah, good evening. Thank you very much. Good evening. So let me look at now. So we have seen that in JJ. So let me find out the level on GBP JPY, how it is where we can find that entry opportunity. So this is the intraday time frame. Now what I'm expecting on GJ, as I mentioned, there is a chance for GBP/JPY to break that support level, but at the same time, if we look at here, it's still leaving a little bit of imbalance here. This 4-hour candle is still 1 hour to close, which is hourly candle is closing. I will be more than happy to see that GJ had an, which is less likely to happen, but a manipulation to the upside and then to take a bigger trade. But let's see how it is doing. It's bearish here. We could go short from here, which is an ideal scenario, but I want to see that a bit more high probability for GJ to have a bounce, which is possible, or any strong liquidity grab. So we'll be waiting for a bit deeper pullback to the upside. Let's see how the market is reacting. Here is GBP/JPY, the structure, the way it has created, which is a bearish structure. What I think that the price is likely to break to the upside and then to revert back, which we could see the market is dropping down. So that's what will be the high probability setup on GBP/JPY. So let's see how it goes. At the moment, we'll keep eye on that, and as soon as we will find entry, we will be looking for. Here is we see that from the 30 minutes and 15 minutes, the price action showing potentially bearish. Once you will find that, we will be looking for entry. Want to see that has gone up again for another deeper liquidity grab. Especially this resistance is key, as there is no news in this time. So we might see, if it is going up, we might see a bit slower move, but once we will find the entry, we will be looking for. I don't want to specify at the moment any level for entry. Once we will see the candle has closed, we have found the price action confirmation, we will be looking for that entry opportunity on that. So now let's quickly look. So we have seen here on GJ how we'll be looking. Let's go back to the gold to see how it is doing. Now gold, you have seen we had a trade yesterday on gold, and with that trade, if we look at the daily chart, okay, so if we look at here on the daily, there is a bullish candle closed on the daily time frame. Now it's a very important point to look at from the daily perspective on gold to see how the price is doing. Now looking at the monthly chart on gold, we can see that from the monthly time frame, gold is so far this month was bearish. Okay, so it's a 50-50 candle. So you see that half body red, half weak. So now still one day and 1.5 days remaining for this candle to close. So because it has still a bearish momentum in it, from the monthly we need to look at the weekly chart. Now weekly is a bit different. So what do we see weekly so far? With the market open, we have seen a bounce in that area. Now with this bounce, if we look at, this is the resistance level from the weekly, and this weekly level is quite significant. If you look at here, we can see that series of lower high, right? So because series of lower high and the price is approaching that series of lower high, that resistance, we can expect for the price to go ahead, retest, and then drop down. So there is a potential for another attempt from the buyers and then to drop down from the weekly. So looking at the daily chart, this is the daily candle closed with big bull candle, right? It's a huge bullish candle. And with that bullish candle today, once the market opened, initially we have seen the prices come down to that level, and we'll be waiting for, so there is a big rejection here. This is a 4-hour candle. Yesterday we have seen a giant candle has formed. Market is in that area in a consolidation pattern, right? So if we look at, this is a very significant level of resistance. Okay, so, and what I will be waiting for gold, what I think that the way it is forming, it manipulated here, big manipulation here, and it's in a very narrow area, which is a very narrow triangular pattern. I think that gold might be first going up again, and this is the weekly resistance level, right? The previous weekly high. If the price managed to break that high, will be a break of series of lower high, which is absolutely important. And so now a big drop from here. So this is an ideal resistance level, right? Because the price had a big drop. As this market again approaching that level, chances that it will try to break that high again. Now, why, if I show you this one, I talked in the past also. So when you see, let me tell you again. So when you see a big, let's say a big bull impulse, and the price is doing like that, okay, so up to here price, you will see that in 80% of the time the price will drop to the bottom of that level. Now do not misunderstand it with the bull flag. Okay, so there is a difference between this and the bull flag. So what is that? The difference between this and bull flag is that, so this is the pole, and if you look at here, so this is a bull flag. Now bull flag is where you will see the market will create a bearish channel, okay, which is a bull flag. And in that case, the market may not touch the low of the pole. It might break from that structure, and then you could see that it's trending in that direction. Okay. So if we look at here on that, what is the difference? This one is the only clue that you can find here. What is that? Can anybody tell me? In this structure, what clue you will tell you? I discussed it before. Let me see how many of you can remember that. So what clue here will tell you that the price will, I'll show you example. So what clue will tell you that the price is going to drop to this here? So let me see how. If you remember, if you can't remember, no problem, all good. Just let me know. We'll be progressing on that. So, and in the meantime, give a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Where is my Siege button? Very interesting. Okay, got it. Peter, good morning, coach. In a trading market, how do you determine how far the market will pull back to gather liquidity? Morning, coach. Okay, So in a trending market, how do you determine how far the market will pull back to gather liquidity? Okay, very good question. We'll be discussing on that. It broke the flag. Okay, yeah, double top, lower highs maybe. Okay, so nearly going to the point. And anyone have any comment on that? So what clue it will leave that it's gonna drop here? So let me put side by side the bull flag and this. In case of bull flag, you can expect this. Okay, so in a bull flag, you will see in majority of the time it's gonna go up and will trend to the upside like that. So this is a bull flag. But this one, you see that either like that or even without breaking like this, you might see something like this and then dropping like that here. Okay, but in bull flag you will see like this, lower highs, nearing there. Anyone has any comment? You see guys, this will change your understanding about the market. Here you will be learning the greatest secret that institutional trader uses, because when you know this, you know that the major part which way the market is heading. It will give you a very clear understanding about the directional bias in the market, right? So okay, so was 120, 1, 2, 3 move. Okay, we'll be looking at the trending move. Dollar yen, yeah, we'll be looking at that. So okay, now let me break that for all of you guys. Is that I'll show you now. When you see a pole, and when the market do like that, not a bull flag, it's a different from the bull flag as I mentioned. When it gathers liquidity from the top, a lot of false breakout at the top, right? So let me show you now on the chart. Again, when you see that, you see it is not a smoothly creating series of lower high. When it creates a smooth series of lower high, you will see it's a bull flag in majority of the time. But when it is a zigzag pattern, you know, a distorted bull flag, but it gathers a huge liquidity every time, creating a lot of false breakout long wick candle, you can expect it to drop to that. Now let me show you on the real chart. The only thing, guys, make sure that you smash it. You see, first of all, this is where I'm predicting gold to go up. See that move, just the other way around. Let me move the chart. Let me invert that scale. Okay, see that? So this is a move. Okay, I just inverted the chart. So red is basically considered as green. This is a move, you see, and see what happened. Okay, the market is gathering liquidity like that. Okay, chances that it's gonna break that low. Now let me show you a bit more example. Okay, so this one, the same thing. Okay, so look at this move. There's one move here and then big move. See, this is a manipulation, false breakdown. And look at this candle. This is also a liquidity. This is also a liquidity. And then finally the price has dropped bottom of the level, which is the support level, exactly to that level before going up. Now let me show you another. See, this one also same thing. There's a liquidity grab, liquidity grab, liquidity grab, and finally it dropped to this baseline here. Okay, so now let me show you the bull flag. Now bull flag will be very strong and narrow, not like this liquidity, grabbing that liquidity. So Okay, this is a bull flag. See the difference. So this is a bull flag. Okay, so a move, and see there is no liquidity grab at the top. It's a smooth channel. All right, so that's a bull flag. And when it is not gathering liquidity from the top, instead it gather liquidity from the bottom, it's gonna move up. So basically all about the seeing the flow of the liquidity, which way it's having its meal, right? The liquidity giant, the whale, which way it is catching the fish so that it moved the other direction. So that's where you need to look at, and you can see that after that it, see, because it didn't gather liquidity from the top, instead it gathered liquidity from the bottom and then bounced up. Right, hope that you understood it. It's the way. Stay tuned, stick till, with this channel, you'll find everything. Now going back to that point, you'll see that same thing. So with that respect, if you look at this move and see gold how it is doing, so I think you see there is a liquidity gap here and then big drop. Now it is going just the other way around, so there is it's now doing the same thing. So that's the chances that now I'm saying that please don't give a big buy button on your account, that because it's all about probability. So make sure any trade you take, of course, you do the risk management. So chances for gold to bounce to that level is high. I'm not saying that it's guaranteed, it's high. So there is a probability. Okay, there is a probability. Hope that you understood it. Give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Join the free Telegram channel. You will find the link in the description to stay up to date with everything with us. And with that said, let's keep watching. And also if you remember our last classes, and also you'll find all those the important information on your dashboard, on your student dashboard who are learning. I saw that one member have already applied TF strategy. Very good, because TF strategy is one of my favorite trading strategy, because that's the one that gives give you trade in the direction of the major trend. Okay, because trend trading is only the way one can remain profitable over the long term with proper risk management. And you can learn all of them in your dashboard. If you are our lifetime member, you will find it in your student dashboard. So log into the dashboard and then see all the lessons are there. Now if we look at here is, okay, so here is we can expect for the gold to bounce up. Now in what situation I will be going long on gold is if we see this series of higher low is being broken. If the price drop down, we'll be looking to go long to this level today. So it's a bull market at the moment, and then we'll be looking for entry to the upside. The pullback is short. The pullback is short in bull flag. Yeah, absolutely. You are to the point. Pullback is short in bull flag. Okay, you're to the point. You'll see that this is a big understanding. All right, because that's how just knowing this, it will eliminate 90% wrong direction trade that probably you might face in the past. So just practice it. Okay, you need to give yourself some time. You open the chart and see what I said. Okay, or save the live session, take a snapshot of what I said, replay it, see over and over again, look at the chart, and that will help you to learn and grow as a trader. Your USD and a USD, I will be looking at that. Will you take a sell trade in gold given what you are covering? So no, gold currently locally bullish. So at the moment I am looking to open buy if I find the price has come down for a deeper liquidity gap. Share any trade? Yeah, of course we do share. I do share a lot of trade in this live session. Probably you have guys and girls have seen that we do open quite a few live trades along with the many VIP trades. So also I do share all the trade on the VIP group along with the live trades. So if you are our member, make sure you connect with the VIP Telegram channel where you will find all the trade that I'm posting if you are in this here. So let me see here. Okay, now at the moment, let me see. So this is I was looking at the multi-time frame on gold. So I'm going to very lower time frame on the 5-minute chart to see potential for gold. Okay, so for me, now you can see expecting gold to reach that previous day's high, which is 2037 level. Now expecting it first to drop to around 2030 level. Okay, dropping down and then giving us overextended. Okay, so I had a question before. Let me see what's that you asked. Thank you, Dan. No problems. You're welcome. Good morning, coach. In a trending market, how do you determine how far the market will pull back to gather liquidity? Peter, let me address that question. In a trending market, how do you determine how far the market will pull back to gather liquidity? A very good question. We'll be covering that question as well. And in the meantime, guys, give a big thumbs up and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content and live trades. So in a trending market, how far the price will pull back to gather liquidity, right? So I'll show you example again. Let me draw a chart here. And then, so let's assume that it is a trending market, okay? Creating series of higher high and higher low. So which is not gathering any liquidity, okay? Which is what I called an ideal trending market, all right? So how do you know that how far it will gather liquidity? Now, when you look at a trending market, the first thing, the step number 1 is to identify the swing highs and swing lows. So it is if you look at, this is an uptrending market, right? Creating series of higher high and higher low, which is an uptrending market. So if you determine, if you identify the swing highs and swing lows, so you might not see an ideal scenario like that, but you will find swing highs and swing lows. Once you find that swing highs and swing lows, so what is the law of uptrending market? So the law of uptrending market is that it will respect this swing low while it is coming down for a pullback. It doesn't necessarily to respect the previous swing high. In an ideal scenario, we could see that, okay, this is the resistance, turn support here, the price should return back from here. But to still maintain an uptrending market structure, it still can come to this point here. Okay, so that means that this is the swing low. Once the price will drop to this level and going up, still it is maintaining an uptrending market structure without violation of the law of uptrend. Okay, now once the market breaks to this level, when this swing low is violated, this is where the most amount of liquidity triggers, because as this is a place ideal that the price will respect, there is a lot of stop losses or break-even trade or the trail. Some people trail their stop loss and they will put below the swing low as an ideal scenario. And when the market drops down to that, this is where the liquidity, now it's not the end, you will see sometime it will drop to this level. So you don't know, this is the question that I got from you, that either it's going from here or from here. You will understand it by the price action. So when you see the market has, let's say, a big red candle, I'll show you some of the trade that we have taken in the past. So if you see that the market has dropped here with candle closed with a red candle, a big red candle, chances that it will drop down here. Or sometime you see even beforehand from the strength of that level. If you see that this level in the past, there is already a liquidity trigger, that's a high probability place. For example, let's say the market in the past did like that, has gone, created a series of higher high, now it has come down again, that's a very high probability zone, because already in the past it did once, now it's breaking down, means that it's further high probability the price will move from here. And that's how you can understand that the market is preparing for a liquidity trigger. Hope that you understood it, you found value in it. Make sure that you like and also subscribe to the channel, press that bell notification so that you are not missing out any of the content that I am posting. Morning coach, thank you very much, appreciate it, appreciate your support. Can you go through dollar yen? Yeah, we'll be going through that. Eddie, good question, thank you Peter. Yeah, well done, welcome. Yeah, it was a good question. Good morning sir, God bless you, thank you very much, God bless you too. So let's look at now with that what is happening here. Let me see the GJ. Okay, so it finally managed to break on GJ. So you see that 4 hour, let me see. So as we begin with GJ expected to break that support, we see the market is in that direction. So now for me a bit harder to go short on the support. I will wait for, as I mentioned, for liquidity grab again. It is possible for GJ to have another bounce, right, another bounce even to that level and then to drop back down. So I normally wait for a very unusual move for better high probability setup. So what I called is like this, say this is the support, price has dropped to that, has gone up like this, okay, and then you will see something like that and then drop. So this is a manipulation lag. It happens more often because everyone knows that the market will drop, the market will support. So why it is important? Because humans are very smart, right? We human beings are very smart. Every trader are smart. So how can you make money in this market? By being the smarter than the smartest. How can you be the smarter than the smartest? By being patient. Patience makes the difference between the smarter and the smartest, because it's all about patience, because this is where intellectual understanding, most people almost nearly there. Okay, we understand maths very well, science very well, physics very well, chemistry very well, literature very well, geography very well, but very little understand about the energy, emotion, and how we operate in this universe, because it's not taught at this school. Why? I don't know. Can anybody tell me? Because this is the real thing that one must know how to, because if you know all the strategies, everything, but if you don't have that emotional regulation or emotional understanding, how to process emotion, is makes a big difference between two human, because we all have that emotion, and we might see that okay, we are using robots or trading tools that might help. But if you are risk averse, or if you have a very strong emotional connection with money or trading, nothing will be able to help you unless you become very good at it. And it's possible, and if you know how to be, how to process that emotion, how to become resilient to it. I don't use the word control, emotional control. You can't control emotion, because the more you put it down, the later it will have a burst out. The emotional, like that, it goes to the unconscious, it never disappear. So anything we try to push into the unconscious, it turns called the shadow, which manifest. Everyone who are viewing this live session has the enormous ability to create anything you want in your life, if you know what is in that unconscious still available to pick up and use it for your own success or anything like that. Okay, so it's very important that you go to that point where you have that resilience, the emotional resilience, that you can hold on to the trade that needs to give you the profit that you need. Okay, so let's look at now on. Okay, so we see both of the instrument as expected moving in that direction on the market. Now here is the point to look at. Will you be entering, or let me see how the price action is doing. Okay guys, so hope that you are ready for another great trading day. So let's look at how we can find the best trade. Here you can see the market on gold is slowly preparing for an upside bias. And in the meantime, guys and girls, give a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press that bell notification. So I'll pause for 2 seconds. Everyone have time to give a thumbs up, and also everyone have time to subscribe to the channel. So it's 2-second pause to give a thumbs up and also to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your support, and I appreciate your support. Awesome, cool. Now here is let me see here. Okay, so here is it's tried to push to the upside from the 5 minutes, and as the market has gone up, we see that there is a rejection, and this level that we have drawn is where I will be waiting for the price to drop down and break that, gather the liquidity, and then to bounce back up. So this is what the best option, to wait for the price to break that low and then to give us that entry opportunity. So this is what is one thing. Another thing is on GJ. Okay, so GJ also, okay, another candle has formed on the 15 minutes on Gbpusd. Okay, now 4 hour, let's see. Okay, if the price had an upside journey here on GJ, we can look for selling. Let me draw the daily resistance. This is the daily, today's daily resistance. The price managed to go up, which possible. As you can see, this is the 1 hour candle. It's trying to move back to the upside, expecting it to have an upside bias to this level. This is the fair value gap, and I believe that you have a very good understanding about the fair value gap. If not, let me know. So fair value gap is where the market leave an imbalance. Okay, so if you look at this support, which this is the resistance, and this is the FVG, okay, fair value gap. So fair value gap means that where the market did not test, the market did not create that balance. Okay, so balance is everywhere. The market also constantly strive for balance. You know, the universe also constantly strive for balance. Everything needs to restore its balance. You see that when you put in water from one level to the other level, the water flows from high altitude to the lower direction is because of balance. So the market also does like this. You'll see that it normally will look for to the balance that has left and is an imbalance, and then the price may return back in the major direction of the trend. Okay, so we see some kind of potential movement possible at the moment, waiting for a big upside move. Especially the clean move is very important. So if you look at a clean move, which is very, very important, okay, a clean move. So what do I mean by clean move? When you see, you know, green has hit a very important level, you see straight drop back, which is related to ATR. And if you joined our previous VIP Zoom class, we talked about it. It's a very, very important concept, and also this is one of my favorite strategy that I use. When you see the price hit a very important key level with a clean move. So what do I mean by clean move? Clean move means that when it is green, it's green. A straight move with the big hit to a significant liquidity zone or a key level, you can expect for the price to return back from this level again. So this is what I look for, and you'll see that this is what the market, that's how the market moves. Look at this one here, a clean move to this significant liquidity zone. Exactly, this is this green candle. In this whole move, there is only one green candle, right? Which is a very important liquidity. And see what happened from here. A straight move to that liquidity zone and reverted back where it has dropped. Okay, so keep eye for all this, and also keep eye for the live session, all the content that I am posting every single day in this channel. You can subscribe to the channel, press that bell notification so that you are not missing out any of that I am posting every day. Now if we look at the gold, also doing the same thing here. Okay, so we see that gold, this is a bullish candle, expecting for, you know, a liquidity grab and then to go up. So I will be looking to buy, but we need to find that entry, and I will keep both of them in the same eye so that I can see them clearly. So Gbpusd, if you look at here, expecting to have a big bounce to any of the liquidity zone, especially the daily resistance. Yeah, so there is the potential for that move, which expecting. This is the daily resistance 187.38-37.5. Expecting for the price to go ahead and smash it. So we'll be waiting for the price to go ahead and react to that level. So GJ expecting for a move to the resistance. What I think that it might go to this level here, okay, so which is the 187.38 level, which is the daily resistance, and hitting that level from this to the daily high, which is around 12-13 pip. See if we can find any entry here. Okay, so if the price managed to go to the daily resistance, will be good place, but here is already, it triggers that liquidity. It's getting some kind of rejection here. Okay, so what I'll do here, I'll place a pending order in that area. That means that sell limit, which we may see the price is reaching there suddenly with one move. If it reached there, only in that case we will be triggering that trade, and we'll be targeting TP1 to this level, and then later we need to adjust. We will do that. So before, we'll be waiting until this 4-hour candle close. So before this 4-hour candle close, if the price reaching that level, then only we'll be entering. So for the next 17 minutes we will be placing this pending order to see if the price is reaching there. Though we have seen sharp rejection, but still there is a probability for another bounce to that level. So I will be placing that sell limit here, and there will be a stop loss above all this high, which is around 5.2, and wait for only next 15 minutes. Patience is the key. So this will be TP1, and I'll be later giving a new TP if the price triggered. First let's keep TP1. Once the price will trigger, once the trade will trigger, we will be adjusting new TP if needed. There is a very sharp rejection, but I think that we may see, may not see. There is a probability still to have a bounce, because we need to take only the high probability trade. We don't want to take all trades. So if it have a bounce, then we will be entering them. Okay, so this is the so there will be around 15p stop loss. Okay, so we place the pending order. If the price managed to reach that daily resistance in this next 15 minutes, then we will be taking. If not triggering in the next 15 minutes, we will be closing and we will be looking for another opportunity. So I'll leave it there. I placed that pending order, and also I have shared that same trade in the group. So we'll be taking it as TP1. First, once the price trigger, once the price will drop, we'll close partially, and the rest will be extending the TP if we see further probability for a breakdown. Because if GJ is breaking down, we might see that it's gonna drop a lot, so we might keep some part of this trade running for longer profit. So we'll keep that here. Let me see that on gold what it is doing. looking at gold again, we will leave that pending order and let me see if there is any other opportunity in the market. Make sure, guys and girls, you like this stream if you like it, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press that bell notification so that you are not missing out any of the content that I am posting every single day. So now let's see where we can find the opportunity here in this area. Let's see. Now this is the gold from the lower time frame. As I mentioned before, I'm expecting gold to go ahead and hit that level. So before it hit that level, expecting to have a local breakdown. So some of the support that we will be looking for the price to break and retest and reject are this. So 2030 level, 2029. From the 15 minutes, if we look at, or 5 minutes, we will be looking for the price to break down and to give us long wick candle. This is the plan that we will be using today. Okay, so for the price to drop, and then we will be looking for that entry. Let me see GJ what it is doing. We might see, expecting it to have an unusual bounce. Okay, so we could see, expecting it to go there. If it goes there, only in that case, because this is a daily, you see this is where the daily candle open. If the price managed to drop, go back to the daily opening, which is a high level of liquidity and resistance level, we can expect a rejection, and that rejection could lead GJ to even drop back to this daily 20 EMA. So what I think, the long-term perspective, Gbpjpy, we could see that even during the NFP or later NFP, Gbpjpy is dropping down below the 20 EMA and then trending to the upside. So until it drops to that, we might see a local downtrend like this, creating a structure, dropping down, creating a structure, dropping down. So next 10 minutes remaining for this pending order to go ahead and hit. If it hit, we'll take. If it isn't, then we'll be waiting for the next opportunity. Now looking at gold, we're also expecting gold to break any of this low and then to give us that entry opportunity. So traders, thank you very much. Also, coach does that trade on gold that you have taken in NY live as part TF strategy. I think you have knowledge and the logic. Which trade that? Okay, so we have taken yesterday's NY session trade. Yeah, we'll be discussing on that. Thank you for that. Morning, big boss. Thanks for assisting us. Much appreciated. Thank you, Manoj. Yeah, absolutely. You're always welcome. About dollar yen. Hello, sir. Thank you. Coach, could you share your view about Eurusd? Yeah, we'll be looking at that. I could joining the stream after a long gap. Kevin, well done. Welcome. Have you previously explained about Gbpusd today? If so, let me know. If not, my request, look into it. Okay. Thank you and welcome back. Welcome back to the live session and live streaming. Yes, let me see that on Gbpjpy. So we see that it's expecting now Gbpusd and euro dollar and dollar yen. These are the three pairs that I will be looking at the moment to see how the market is doing. Looking at Gbpusd, let's look at the daily chart. The USD is a very choppy. This is the choppiest market you will ever have seen on the daily. A very choppy market is not trending here. So if we look at the intraday along with GJ, from the lower time frame we could see the trend, but as we expecting that for the gold to move up to the resistance. So Gbpusd also you could see it's in a very narrow range. So what ultimately we could see on Gbpusd for the price to drop here, going back to the resistance and ranging in that area. It's a very narrow range at the moment. It's a very choppy. We'll be waiting for the price to reach any of the resistance or to drop back to the support, breaking any of the swing low. Will give that entry. I think for short term we might see, as we are expecting gold to drop and break any of this swing low, we might see on Gbpusd doing the same thing, expecting for the price to drop to this support, and this is a local channel on the 1 hour. The price might drop below this level and then we could see that bounce back to the upside. So for Gbpusd as well, I will be waiting for the price to break any of this low and then going long like the gold. If we look at the euro dollar, we see the same pattern on euro dollar like the Gbpusd. Long-term trend is down. Okay, so euro dollar trend is a bit different than Gbpusd, completely different. Gbpusd, we see that this is a very strong sideways movement on Gbpusd, but on euro dollar we see a slow but downtrend. Now this is what, just if you look back our session in the beginning, guys, what do we discuss about? This is the example that when you see a big move up, the price is gathering liquidity along the way, chances that the price will drop back to this support level. This is the daily chart on euro dollar. You see that this is the clue that you can use. This is the real clue, real things that you can check on the chart. Make sure you always test and different kind of pattern and then learn it and note it down. That's how you can grow from the directional bias perspective. If you look at on euro dollar, you can see that this is the move on euro dollar, pullback, another move. Now the price, you can see here, it is gathering liquidity. Okay, zigzag pattern with strong liquidity grab, and this is where you can see there is a liquidity trigger, liquidity trigger, liquidity trigger, quite a few candles that you can see. Price is gathering that liquidity, and with that said, the chances for euro dollar to drop even below this level is very high. So long-term picture on euro dollar is bearish, and like the short long-term picture on Gbpusd in the same way. So this structure is a bearish structure, so any kind of pullback to the upside will give that selling opportunity on euro dollar. Okay, so there is a head and shoulder here in that area, and on euro dollar from the 15 minutes, and it's trending in that direction. So there is a chance for euro dollar to drop down to this support level here. Okay, so we will be looking for entry once we will find it. I do keep watching all the pairs, but at the moment we put a pending order on GJ, which let's see what happened. So you can see that in that area Gbpjpy is okay. So let's see in the last moment how it is reacting. We will look for So this is the 4-hour candle closing on Gbpjpy, and if this candle closing as a green candle as a doji, keeping that, let me see. So you see the candle closed and it is maintaining still a bearish structure. So you might see, as I mentioned, we'll be waiting for pullback to the upside. So 4-hour candle closing, I will keep the pending order on. Okay, I'll keep that on a bit more time. Let's see, we can get triggered. That will be a high probability setup. So there is a candle closed. Okay, we might see now some momentum. Okay, expecting a bounce on that on GJ to trigger our entry. So we see that there is a consolidation pattern here. So I'll leave that pending order until we see the price is touching that level, and I will keep monitoring that. And due to the time constraint of this live session, until join the free Telegram channel. If any update on this, I will keep you updated on the free Telegram channel, guys and girls, so that you can stay updated. I'll leave that pending order. If we see the price triggered, then once it will drop to this level TP1, we'll be taking 50%, and the rest of the half will be running for 3 times profit. Okay, so this is the update. I will keep the trade on until we see it triggered, or if we see that the price has, without triggering us, completely broken down in that direction, then if we see a complete breakdown, then we will be taking that pending order off the market. We'll look for another one. I hope that you understood and found value in this live session, and you enjoyed this live session. If you enjoyed that, make sure you like and also subscribe to the channel. Press that bell notification. So with that being said, I'll see you again in the next live upcoming in the New York session. Stay well, stay happy, and thank you for joining. I'll see you there very soon, trading live again. And in the meantime, I'll be still trading and posting all the trade when I am not on live in the VIP channel group. If you are there, then you can